Holly Grove chicks to my Hollywood shows, and I wanna tell you something that you probably should know. This that Slumdog Millionaire Bollywood flow, and my real friends never hearing from me. Fake friends write the wrong answers on the mirror for me. That's why I pick and choose. I don't get shit confused. I got a small circle. I'm not with different crews. We walk the same path, but got on different shoes. Live in the same building, but we got different views. I got a couple cars I never get to use. Don't like my women single. I like my chicks in twos. And these days, all the girls is down the road. I hit the strip club and all them bitches find a pole. Plus I've been sipping, so this shit is moving kinda slow. Just tell my girl to tell a friend that it's time to go.
Now tell me how you love it. You know you at the top and only heaven's right above it. We own. It's young money, motherfucker. If you ain't running with it, run from it, motherfucker. Alright. Now somebody show some money in this bitch. And I got my bees with me like some honey in this bitch. You dig? I got my gun in my boot purse and I don't bust back because I shoot first. Meet me on the fresh train. Yes, I'm in the building. You just on the list of guest names. And all of my riders do not give a fuck. X games. Guns turn you boys into pussies. Sex change. And I smoke till I got chest pains. And you niggas know I rep my gang like Jesse James. Women are possessive and they wanna possess Wayne. I've been fly so long I fell asleep on the fucking plane. Skinny pants and some Vans. Call me Triple A, get my advance in advance. Amen. As the world spinning, dance in my hands. Life is a beach, I'm just playing in the sand. Wake up and smell a pussy. You niggas can't see me.
Good morning, Chad. Good morning, baby.
Paper trail, it ain't no telling where it took me. Yeah, and I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Keeks, good morning, brother.
Morning, my brother.
Can you give me some volume there on the amp, preamp? I think I'm channel 1. Just give me a little bit. No. I don't think that's mine. I'm the blue cable. Just check the number. I think I'm 3 or 2.
Go there.
Yeah, perfect. Take it. Sorry, man. Just take off a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, that's perfect. Chad, good morning, baby. We're back Wednesday. How are you guys feeling? Vince, good morning. Amina, Slashy Cakes. Jason Larkin, good morning. Matthew Willemse, let's go, baby. Marley Malls, Craig Becker, Mark Pillay, Suhail Ishmael, Ruben, the Chad. Beautiful. Guess who's back? Chad is back. Faid, Walter, Benjamin Robertson, good morning. Minty Nasty, as always, honor and privilege to have you here, my brother. Steve Jacobs, goeiemorgen, good morning. Steve, is that you in your profile pic? Looks like you've got a very good swing. Jaden Ferry, morning BMW lovers. Amen to that. Ashlyn V, good morning. Good morning. Tell him I'm telling him to chill. Like, that's all I'm saying. He needs to chill. Because if he is not gonna chill,
the boss has spoken.
We're gonna have problems. I choose problems.
Chris is gonna choose violence today, guys.
I wanna choose violence. That brother needs to chill. Curly, if you're watching, chill, my brother. Go grab a coffee. Go grab some breakfast. Chad, anyways, good to see you guys here, Keeks. Good to have you back, my brother. Did you guys do anything yesterday?
I didn't take anything. I didn't get my entry criteria, but it played out for Jevon's entry. But I'm happy with it. At the end of the day, it's a win-win because today it sets up for a triple A grade setup for me. So I'm happy with that.
Beautiful. Chad, as you can see, the description, dollar bull's back. We're going to have a look now at what the charts are showing us. I just want to see what we've got going on here. Also going to talk a little bit about fundamentals. Ardis asked me about that. We're going to talk about a little bit about fundamentals. I think some guys think that everything you read in a book or in economics is going to help you to understand fundamentals. No. You still need time in the market. You still need to see things play out. So anyways, Chad, we've got quite a big deck of data coming out this morning out of the Eurozone. I just want to set my time zone, GMT +2. Alright, so we've got composite PMIs, France, Germany, ECB, Eurozone. Also then for the pound, 11:30. So it's going to be a busy day. We've got Bank of Canada monetary policy statement, rate decision. From the looks of it, it seems like they are going to keep rates steady at 5%. Interesting. And then also later this afternoon, 4:45, you guys are going to catch the early part of that volume. We've got global S&P global manufacturing PMIs. I think that's going to be a good one. And then also 5:30 this evening, BOC, Bank of Canada press conference. Check oil, check. It's also going to have effect on the US market. So, all right, Chad. We're going to get going here. DXY, as mentioned, to start off the week, we were bullish purely due to the fact that we closed right back inside of this range. So go back to Monday's analysis. We mentioned that this is most probably going to be the weekly range that we are going to be trading in. Early part of the week, we were a little bit range bound yesterday, actually getting that breakout now. And again, if you go onto the Discord, you'll see that this is a breakout continuation setup. There's your consolidation, there's that break. Also go to yesterday's analysis where I mentioned if you look at all of the previous days since we started moving up, we had the impulse leg consolidation, impulse leg consolidation. Are we going to get one more impulsive leg? As long as we can stay above this 103, 102.97, very likely we could see price going for that 103.82. So keep that in mind. That is ultimately our target for the end of the week. And also we are finding resistance at this daily 200 EMA. So just keep that in mind. You can see previously held as support, then broke through that, held as resistance. And you can see every time for more or less 4 days, we stick around that level. So could be the case where we're going to maybe range a little bit here, or maybe it could just break through and we retest it tomorrow afternoon again. But anyways, I'm bullish on the day as long as we hold this key level here, 102.97. 5-minute time frame. Let's quickly drop down to the lower time frames. Let's see where we are for the day. Asia highs, nice little tight Asia range, relatively easy to trade when the Asia range is this tight. It's showing me that there's going to be some expansion moves. And then also looking at the accumulation distribution, this is the only thing that becomes tricky now. You can start seeing some selling pressure coming into the market right there, and ideally we want to see this trading back above the 200, and we want to see this level, key level, hold, and then eventually get back above it, and then I think ideally above the daily pivot, this zone right here, 103.10. So I am bullish if we can get back inside of the Asia range. Otherwise, if we start chalking this level, things could get real ugly for the dollar. Going over to indices, let's quickly look at what we've got going on. US 30, again, start of the week, we mentioned bullish. Cannot sell into a weekly candle that's broken out to all-time highs. Again, we're doing some price discovery here and wait for the resistance to be formed. So we had this breakout level here. I mentioned that we could get a deeper retrace all the way back to 37,732. We haven't really tested that level as of yet. Yesterday closing bearish, didn't take out the previous daily high, so I'm not really convinced that this is the resistance. I'm still going to be bullish on the day. The only way I can really get bearish on this from a daily perspective is if a bearish daily candle takes out a previous daily high and then takes out the low as well. So this for me is just purely a resistance that bulls are going to target to take price through at 5 minutes. What do we have on the 5? Let's quickly establish our Asia range. Asia lows down here, Asia highs up there, and you can already see the 80 is still relatively bearish. A lot of selling pressure going into the market yesterday, and now starting to nip a little bit above the 200. Big thing for me here is on the accumulation distribution, you would really need to see this thing starting to turn around. We want to see some type of trough being formed there, so at any stage can this thing just still sell off. Relatively easy sells below here, Asia lows daily pivot. Otherwise, Asia highs have been tested, and then ultimately where we want to be going is from Asia highs back to yesterday's highs, and then ultimately the weekly highs that we formed on Monday. So big level for me to monitor today is Asia highs and Asia lows. Nasdaq, let's quickly jump through it before I'm going to throw over to Keeks. Nasdaq weekly, as mentioned, we are bullish. Let's quickly go to the weekly time frame again. You cannot sell into a bullish weekly candle like this, please, Chad. If there's anything that I can teach you, is that all-time highs, price discovery. Yesterday we were still bullish. Remember I said at any stage can the bulls still attack this, go and fill that wick. I wasn't convinced that it's a sell, and we had a bullish close. 5 minute time frame. Let's quickly look at the 5. Let's bring up the Asia range here. All right, Asia highs, Asia lows right there. Okay, Nasdaq weirdly enough looking very strong, already breaking through the R1 above the Asia highs. Chad, here's the difficult thing. This is where the pivot is, all the way down here. Let me just see, this is almost 0.75%, so obviously it's trading above that. I'm going to say 2 levels to monitor. This level here and this level here, the R1. If this thing is going to continue bullish, you don't want to see it coming back into the Asia range, because if it's going to come back into the Asia range, very likely it's going to go target that daily pivot. But if it holds these 2 levels right here, you're going to see this. There's nothing to look left on, so this is purely new all-time highs being created as we speak. So these 2 levels, that's where you want to see price hold, and that is where you want to be buying from. Anything below here, this thing could really run to the downside. Before I throw over to Keeks, just want to check Hang Seng closing up 2.4%, beautiful. A lot of positive flows going into the Chinese market overnight, so you'll most probably see the JSE doing very well today as well. JSE already up almost 0.5%. And then let's quickly look at Nikkei, Japanese markets, after the BOJ holding rates steady yesterday, not really showing any signs of wanting to pivot away from negative rates. A little bit of a mixed bag, but it is an absolute shit show in Japan when it comes to monetary policy. I don't know why I cannot see the Nikkei here. What is going on here?
No, one thing just to take note of with the yen pairs, guys, the JGB yield rises by 10 base points. So that's just obviously going with the rate hikes, odds and all that. So basically there's definitely possible yen strength to look out for going into today.
Dude, I can't find my yen chart. Let me just go here. Alright, Nikkei closing down 0.8%. Okay, beautiful. Keeks, dollar index, and US equities. Give me 1 second here, Chad. Keeks, you're live.
Alright, okay guys, so we're gonna run straight into this. So yesterday I told you guys both bullish days just fake out, so you saw them play out. This one bearish, played out. Yesterday bearish, Philippine going bullish. We told you guys the 103.450 was on the cards, and look at that, we literally hit 446. So what, we were off by a little bit, but other than that, we literally played out perfectly to the T. So I hope you guys played your trades out accordingly to that. So on the day, guys, I'm gonna go neutral on dollar. Now the only reason is, like I said, that is dollar's key point. All right, so dollar had to trade up to this zone to either break it and it's going to reject and come all the way down for these gap fills that we keep talking about. But my thing is, this is still just the next day. So the next day, I want to see that we get that closure below and reject. We can do what we did the whole time, trade down, make this bottom wick. With PMI coming out, we could trade all the way back above. If we get that break and close above, I'll remain bullish. But I'm literally just neutral for the day, because now we've had the rejection of this area, we've tested it, we can move away and reject. So I am going to go neutral on the dollar. We're going to also line that up later with a few other things, but you'll see how all the markets now, if we say basically we are dollar bearish, all of my other analysis are lining up perfectly. So definitely going to start playing out very, very nicely. So with NAS, we have been bullish. We haven't had any changes on that. We said, I think it was Monday, we said we could have looked out for the sells, which I think we got, or was Wednesday,
I think it was
don't know.
Monday, Tuesday.
Monday, was the sell-off, yeah. So that we got right, and since then, that was just our pullback. Moving forward, we always said Monday, Tuesday going to opposite and moving back. After that, just an extension for the rest of the week. So if we look at, we are just trading, we're literally running away at this point in time. I do see dollar having a little bit of a comeback before it melts off. So in saying that, something trading like an absolute arrow like this, we're going to have that pullback eventually, even if it's something like that, and take off again. But I definitely see that pullback coming. So I'd love to see us trade back to the R1, even Asia highs. If we can hold around this area, I'll look to get long on NAS. Other than this, the move has already happened. There's nothing else I'd try getting on there. US 30 gives us a bit of the opposite one. We have traded down, testing the EQ and the pivot perfectly, and then absolutely running away with it. So we do have these little zones that we had as our breakaways from yesterday. Now that we're trading back above them, all I would love to see, guys, is maybe we can get a retest on one of those levels. Clean out, you can see that on the 1 hour. So I always say a massive candle like this, very, very good chance you're going to come back down. So I think for myself, this would be my first area to look for that pullback on US 30. We are bullish, so again, everything else has been ticked down here. I don't see a need for us to go all that far down. But again, we can maybe just get the pullback to this 1 hour. This will be the first area. If this holds, I will look to go long off that zone. Otherwise, if it drops down, I will look around Asia highs. But definitely everything's starting to play out to the plan now.
All right, Keek, so you are bullish or bearish on the dollar?
I'm neutral, but I am actually more to bearish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet chatter. Yeah, it's an interesting day. Going to be a very, very interesting day. UJ, over onto the daily time frame, and yesterday we were bearish, still in this weird range. We actually had a daily breakout, chat. If you look at it from here, look at that. There's your little breakout. There's the closure above that level. That's the first closure in literally the last time we closed above there was September 2023. So this is a very crucial point, and either this is the fake out or this is the move to the upside. I'm gonna weirdly still lean bullish. We're gonna have to see, because here's my thing. We had that massive bottom wick yesterday, bouncing off the weekly pivot. We had the closure above 148.32, and either this thing, if this thing closes like this today, this was a fake out. All of this was purely faking out the buyers, and it's going to reverse, but I'm still going to lean towards the bull side. 5-minute time frame. Let's quickly look at what we've got. All right, so accumulation distribution relatively flat. You can see here that this is just a bus parked in front of the market, and we want to see this going either above that 200, or if we are going to look for the sells, we want to see this 200 EMA starting to come to the downside, and that's going to signal to me that the sellers are taking control. So very interesting price action. I'm not going to try and buy the Asia lows, if I'm very honest. I'm going to wait for this 148 key level right there, and also daily pivot. That's also where the moving averages are going to converge. So I'm happy to miss out on these 22 pips. I'm going to see what we do here. This is the key level for me that I need to monitor. I'm actually going to set my alerts, because a big level like that, you're going to get a lot of reaction. But currently, RN round number for those of you that don't know, but this is going to attract a lot of volume. You can see here nice little reaction there, break, retest, continuation to the downside. Asia highs still intact, but let's see what she does. Only way I can really sell from these Asia lows is if we start really expanding and then coming back. But this year, sticking around at the Asia lows, I don't want to sell into that. Session lows, daily lows, that is not where I want to be trading from. So GJ, daily time frame, let's quickly look at the daily. All right, so we've had a lot of ab roller candles here. At one stage, this is going to break away. So currently can't get above 188.39. Very interesting for me. Again, as mentioned, the monetary policy in Japan is not really conducive for yen strength. But again, we've got these two little zones right here. Yesterday still closing below, also closing above this zone. So I almost want to say this is the chop zone. I almost don't want to be trading. If we're trading in this zone, I'm going to sit on my hands. And what I'm going to say is buys above here. Easily buys above there if we can hold, and sells below 188 if we fail to get back above. So I'm still going to remain neutral on the day because price action is not really that clear. The 80, if you look at the accumulation distribution, you can see that there was a lot of selling pressure going on yesterday. Couldn't even get above the 200, but it was very range bound, very choppy. But ultimately, I think very late into the session going to Asia, we got that sell-off. So two levels to monitor here, this 188 again, and then also our daily pivot at the Asia highs. I'm going to almost stay out of this. I'm going to wait for 188.39 for the buys, and for the sells, I'm going to say Asia highs and daily pivot. Not going to sell it there immediately. If we go there, I'm going to wait for this. That is most likely what I'll wait for. Looks a little bit chalked for me, Chad, if I'm very, very honest. Not the cleanest price action, a little bit jagged, but we'll wait for the market to open. We'll see how price will develop. EJ, let's quickly look at it. So for me on the day, I was bullish yesterday, purely due to the fact that I was expecting that continuation away from this previous resistance level. However, here's the thing. That support now, look at what happened with yesterday's daily candle. Took out the previous daily high. That is the liquidity being swept. Closed back below. So our range now for the day becomes this little zone right here. This zone here. This is most probably our daily range. And if the sellers are going to come into the market, we've got this previous untested resistance break, and we can come all the way back down here, 159, 160. So keep that in the back of your head. Otherwise, if we can hold 160.50, the only thing that's going to happen is we're just going to come back to fill out this range back to the upside. So let's see what the 5 minute is telling us. Alrighty, Asia low still firmly intact. Accumulation distribution is looking relatively bearish at this stage, but again, things could flip. Key level to monitor for this session, Asia lows. We've got the weekly pivot right here, so we've got quite a bit of levels to monitor. These two levels, key zones for us to monitor into the session, and sells below here. Otherwise, if we trade below it, 80 starts to diverge. And when I talk about divergence, that's where the 80 starts going higher, but price is making lower lows. So that is showing me divergence, and then we can maybe look for some buys off that daily S1, off that key level, off the Asia lows. Makes a lot of sense. And gold, real quick. Let's quickly look at gold. Gold has been choppy, Keeks. I don't know what you think of it, but it has been a bias on it. It has been a I've just been trading it.
It's been a pain in the ass
within this range. So this is the range we've talked about for the last 2 days. I said sells below 2017 if we hold below, buys above 2030. Again, 1, 2, 3. 3 days we can't close above it. We've closed bullish now. We've closed back above this little range here, as you can see here on the daily. And I am going to say that I'm potentially leaning bullish. Very, very easy for me to get bullish above 2030. So I think it's a very straightforward morning. If this was the little pullback and 2030 should be blasted today. Otherwise, let me just change that. Otherwise, we're going to still be stuck in that range. And the way that I've seen gold move, it's either going to be tomorrow or Friday, where it's just going to make a massive move, and it's going to wear you out, it's going to tire you out, and by the time it moves, you have absolutely no bullets left, and you are considering your life choices at that stage. So we've got a daily pivot, a weekly chat. This is the business zone. Everything is going to happen from here. Weekly pivot, Asia highs, daily pivot. All you need to wait for now, going into this session, Asia lows have been taken. Accumulation distribution is bullish. You're gonna wait for the markets to open in 7 minutes. You're gonna wait for this level to hold. You're gonna wait for a push back up, ideally something like this, and then after that you want to see either one of these 3 levels hold, and you want to see an intermediate little break of structure, and that is where you're going to execute. As long as we hold above 2030, the buys are good, and you are going to head all the way up to 2045. So very easy this morning. Don't get it confused. And I think before I continue, Keeks, or do you want me to finish my... do gold and then the yen pairs, and then we'll finish up with the 2 majors.
Okay, perfect.
All right, guys, over to the gold bug. Keeks.
All right, guys. So now we're going to quickly analyze what I was talking about here. So we are definitely bullish on gold again. Now, yesterday, if you guys were in New York session, very, very simple. I told you guys, we just wanted the break below here. As you guys can still see it, we were taking the sells. Reason being Asia lows, okay? Asia session that had to hold because of your daily count setup, all right? We've literally made a perfect daily count, so you guys can see we have formed our day 1. Yesterday's day 2. Key thing was, if we broke, this was a 4-hour support, literally lining up perfectly almost with that Asia low. So you had these 2 areas to run off of. So we had the 2 sides of the party. I said I was waiting for the break for the sells, but if it held, that just was a confirmation for tomorrow. So I was patient. Jeff already took the buys off this 4-hour support yesterday and ran it, and you can see that played out perfectly. But now, guys, that shows that this is played out. So day 2 confirmed. So that makes now today our day 3 continuation. All right. So what we're going to be doing today now is we definitely want to see this. So again, when you start building up, think of it like a court case, guys. You trying to plead why is it bullish, and you just need to back it up. So we've held the support. We've basically on a daily consolidated. So we all know when a market consolidates, something's going to happen. When it has that breakout, we always talk about the range. When it breaks out of the range, you will always see a pump. Like I said to you guys, we broke below, this thing was on the money. You can see here in the past. Same thing, if we break above, same thing. Look at this. Even though that closed there, you can see we're on the day where those wicks went. You are going to have volume coming up now when we break this. So again, now, why would there be volume? Remember, I always talk to you guys about this. I am a fundamental trader. Your fundamentals is your why. Your technicals is your when. So today, we've got PMI coming out. So PMI for the dollar, we could definitely, if that breaks, could give you the pump. And that could be that flash for gold to the top side. Now we want to start talking technical. So now we want to start saying when are we going to see that on the chart. So very, very simple. Asia highs, Asia lows tested. Asia highs back being tested with a 2030 key area. So now all I want to see personally, I want to see this flip zone over here be tested again. Basically where I'll literally can see our 200 EMA is at the moment. So even though we're here, this time of the day, I do not want to take the trade. If you look at again, I don't really, there's a lot, guys, we can go into. I don't talk about this a lot with you, but in this time, so if you guys can see here, this little block where the red and the blue are crossing over, that is your sessions crossover time. So a lot of traders, they actually purely only execute in this window. But again, because of what we know today is, I don't want to execute there because you're going to almost get your fake out in this little window. And then you might get your breakout, and then I want to see that trade back into the range. So I want to trade back into the range by news time, and then if we are about here by news in the Asia session, this is where close to the 200s, I'll either look to take my buys. Otherwise, once we regain, then the Asia highs the second time around. Key thing, the second time, that is when I want to take the buys and continue bullish. So Gold, 100% we're bullish today. You got all those extra confluencies now. We always talk about also looking at your sessions. So we definitely have held. If you start breaking it down, your daily, you've now held strong, lots of bearish wick momentum there. So we can see that rejecting the bulls starting to play. 4 hours, we're really coming in. If the 4 hour really can close above these highs, another extra one, you can slowly see how this case starts to build. But again, remember guys, the impatient will pay the patient. So just wait out. You're not going to miss out on the move. I promise you, this is going to be a big move today. So you will catch some pips on gold today.
All right, shot kicks I'm going to throw over now. All right, Chad, we literally have 1 minute 22 seconds left. Let me just see. Shush. Okay. Just have to open up all these trading terminals. GU and EU left, and then we're going to get going. So daily technically bearish for me. Why? If I look just in this little conjunction zone here, we failed to close above 127.12. Interesting thing though for me, Chad, we holding the weekly pivot. It is bearish on the day for me because we've got this massive wick to potentially fill, and we've got this range to the downside. So one of two things for me: closures above 127.12, bullish. Failure to hold that, trading back below the weekly pivot, bearish. So please don't get married to your bias on the day, but we'll see what price brings. 127 big level, already rejecting that 127.12. So I'm going to be saying there's a lot of levels currently on this chart, but the only thing that it's messing me about is the accumulation distribution. So we're going to need to see how we open up, and I'm not going to try and trade it from here. I'll trade from here. That's my level. EU. All right, Chad, markets are open and in motion. Ding, 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 ding. Round one. Fight. Okay. Euro. Just want to talk about a trade I took yesterday afternoon. It's been a slow year so far for me, but still positive. Okay, Euro USD. Clearly bearish for me. Rejecting the weekly pivot. Rejecting that key level right there. Closing below this previous area of support. So bearish for me. We've got that wick to fill. Again, could be wrong, could be on the wrong side, but the lower time frames, that's what's going to tell the story for today. Just want to make sure weekly pivot is correct. That is correct. Okay, 5 minute time frame. Here's the tricky bit. Look at the accumulation distribution. It is starting now to turn back to the upside, and we've got a nice clean break above the Asia highs. So I'm going to wait for this retest, and again it looks like it can push bullish all the way up there, and we need to see what's going to happen at that level. So I'm just going to set some alerts at Asia highs 108.65. Makes sense with all the data that's coming out now. So let's see what the data brings, and we're definitely going to get a trade today, 100%. There's not even two ways about it. So Asia highs, that's where we're going to monitor for potential continuations. Only way I can really sell into this is if the 80 starts to diverge at this key level. Other than that, we're going to look for buys. Very, very awkward that the daily is showing me one thing and the lower time frames are showing me something else. Before I forget, Chad, this was a trade I took yesterday. I shared it with Neil. There was the rejection, that little consolidation of the weekly pivot. The 80 started flipping bearish, and I actually caught it a little bit late because I had to go and pick up my son from school. And as soon as I put the PC on, this candle closed, and while I was waiting for my terminal to open, I executed literally should have executed there, but executed there, worked out beautifully, caught my 15 pips. Where was it? 15, literally lined up with the daily S2. Caught my 15 pips in and out, and yeah, that was a beauty. Just want to show you guys, this is literally the only trades I've taken this year. some of you have these amount of trades for breakfast. Let me just bring it across. This has literally been me showing up every single day for how many hours, and these were the only trades I was able to take so far this year.
Carl's starting to rub off on you.
Yeah, dude, I'm becoming a Carl now. So this is that challenge, that $100,000 challenge. It's just a one phase. Unfortunately, I could only take 5 lots yesterday because I was late to the move. So I was expecting, if it's going to pull back a little bit, I'm going to add that extra 1.67 lots. So there you'll see only $755 hit TP 1266. And Chad, these are my trades. Literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 trades for the year so far, and it's been slow. So don't get anxious now because you want to trade, you want to see trades, you want to participate. Now wait for your setups. Wait for your setups. I know a lot of you machine gunners out there, it is tough for you, and with Project 5130, that's one of the things we're going to talk about, because I can almost guarantee you a lot of you will be much better traders by trading less and sitting on your hands more.
Yeah.
Keegs, how did you get past that machine gun phase?
I'd probably say like having the losses, like having that machine gun phase and just getting clapped, and it's like, bro, this is not worth it. Like even till today, like I got to the point where you know what it was, again it was that realization again of flipping Don.
Oh, catching his 10 pips.
Like I sat there the other day, and I think it was literally yesterday, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at his stuff, and I'm like, it's that whole thing of you chip away and it feels like it takes forever, but that man started that new account and he's just been doing, like, as big as the account is, like the 10 pips, 10 pips, 10 pips, and before you look at it, he's already $300,000 up in profit again.
Is it not 200?
No, I think it was 300. But that's why I'm like, before you notice it, like that's already a shit ton he's up compared to how he just chips away every day. And like that's the thing. I know it feels wrong in the day, like you weren't that crazy, but yeah, the building up, it just grows.
Chad, yeah, that's the unfortunate thing with anything in life. Are you willing to suck at it?
Sorry, there's your 246.
Yeah. Are you willing to suck at it for 4 or 5 years to eventually get that breakout? I don't think a lot of people are willing to suck at trading for that long. All right, Chad, we are getting some breakouts here. Right, big one to monitor. Okay, first deck of data is France. Yeah, France, Euro. Everything is literally Euro up until 11:30. Then we've got the pound. So I think in focus this morning is going to be the Euro. Euro GBP, let's quickly look at it. Alright, Euro looking like it's staging some type of comeback here against the pound. Let me just check the daily. Daily is still bearish. But yeah, I just think due to the fact that we're going to get all of that Euro news, we're going to try and grab some Euro trades here. Asia is up here. Okay. Some interesting levels here. Chad, Jan, one thing I have to say is that ATC Brokers is the biggest piece of shit garbage I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I was laughing there when I saw that last
Dude,
time.
I was... So firstly, they take almost a week to respond. So the first time I sent my stuff, they said, okay, they said my national ID card doesn't have expiry date. Please send a driver's license. I send the driver's license, they say it's low quality. It's taken with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. How the fuck is that low quality? It's most probably the best camera in a phone. They said it's low quality. I said, okay. I scanned it in. They said the scan is less than 1 megabyte. It needs to be more than 1 megabyte.
Oh my word.
I'm like, okay, sweet. I send it. It's more than 1 megabyte. They said, no, listen here. It needs to be a certified copy. I send them the certified copy. They sent this to me yesterday. This is now actually the people from Robbins. Because I was losing my shit. Because I've been busy with this, Keeks, to give you an idea.
No, but think about it. You were meant to start in January.
Yes.
We almost in the last week of Jan.
Hi Chris, ADC Brokers informed us that there has been a lot of back and forth regarding the additional items needed to approve your account. The ID card has passed verification, but the driver's license is unclear. How? Keeks, the iPhone 15 Pro Max, my dude. How is that unclear?
Their eyesight is unclear.
And I've never heard of a broker that requires 2 IDs to be certified or pass verification. I understand you sent a certified copy of the ID, already verified ID card. Are you able to please provide a high resolution or certified copy of your driver's license as well?
What the hell's the point? Like, I don't get that.
Yeah, Keek said this. I'm honestly, this is the last. I'm gonna send that, and if they can't approve the account, yeah, Chad. Sorry, I would love to be part of the Robbins, but if it's this difficult, just passing your KYC, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is it's a stuff up. It really is.
It is. It has been a nightmare. And I've passed KYC with some very big brokers. IBK are most probably the biggest international or global broker. These guys even wanted my tax documents, my dude.
The hell do they need that for?
No, because they in the thing it says because they need to do reporting, and you have to give your tax identification number and your tax documents to show that you are a registered taxpayer.
I think they're a bit over the top personally.
I'll lose my who sent this? Halsby. And a bagel. Yo.
Chris's arch nemesis.
Yo.
Oh.
Chad, you see what 16 years of marriage still getting spoiled.
Guys, what do you actually hold on. Should we tell them what we're gonna do on Friday?
Okay, before Keek says it, Chad, I know I'm morbidly obese at this stage. That's why we're gonna talk about the 100-mile.
I actually want to talk about that.
Yeah,
well.
so I'm starting at the 1st of Feb. I already had a call with my coach, Richard Lowry. You would have seen him sometimes on the stream. He actually coached me to do 2 full Ironmans and 3 halves. So he's going to coach me for the 100-mile trail run. But gigs go ahead. So I just want to let you guys know from the 1st of Feb, things will.
I must say, Laz has actually been quite quiet, like on the pod, on the streams, on everything.
I think it was just focusing a little bit on his business and also some health stuff he had to sort out.
Yeah. All right, guys. But Chris and myself, obviously, just to get through Jan, celebrate a few other things we've done.
Oh, no.
And moving forward, we are doing another food challenge. Chris and myself are going to go do a burger challenge of these 10 patty burgers. So a little, gonna be a good one. We're going to see if for third time lucky if Chris can out-eat me.
Oh, no. Huh? It's not in the center.
Your BMI is bullshit. So literally what you said there. So remember, it works off weight and stuff. So for example, it doesn't understand if that's fat or muscle. So literally you hit the nail on the head saying, so for example, a bodybuilder, your BMI will always say that you are obese. So yeah, BMI is good for a general person, but the minute you're a bodybuilder, a sports person, anything like that, your BMI is out the window. But Jeremy, my money is on Chris. Sorry, Keys. Bro, it's 2-0 at this point for me. So it's no reason to apologize, yeah.
10 patties.
We're going to stream the burger eating. We'll go live on
We can.
Chris's Insta.
I think you can go live on your phone.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Oh, okay. Maybe you will.
Chad, I wasn't involved in this. Keeks yesterday had this bright idea. He said, look, we've been putting in some hard graph here at the office just to spoil ourselves a little 10 patty burger challenge. So that's happening on Friday.
Yeah, but also what Edgar said there, guys, that's actually very, very true. It works when you want to find like an average. That is spot on. But yeah, for individual bases, it's yeah. And again, it's I wouldn't even say it's unreliable. Maybe Edgar can like obviously add to it, but I think as we talk about, the minute you are not the average person, you're out of that window.
Yeah, I don't think the Chad realizes that, dude. I'm 140 kgs, almost 2 meters. I'm a big boy. And that is also why I want to do that 100-mile race, because back in the day I thought like your Ironman is so tough, and then you actually race it like you try and do a good time. It's not a survival thing. But the thing being, as big as I am, I'm not built for running, and there's that 100% probability of failing it, of not making it through the 100 miles. And yeah, that's how I got into the Ironman as well. I said, like, what's the most challenging thing that I can think of at that? And at that stage, it was swimming 4 kilometers, cycling 182 kilometers, and then running a marathon, just to put the cherry on top.
Yeah. What was it? Against Armand. Yeah, bro, it actually would be cool. We've met up a few times where I go up to Joburg, but he is a big boy.
Who's Armand? Is that other strong guy that
no,
you showed me?
No, not him. But I'll show you Armand. So yeah, Armand and I, we actually used to be quite close at a stage. But yeah, there's a place called in Pretoria. It's Mustang Sally's. Yeah, we did the burger challenge there. We both got through it, but yeah, he can eat. But yeah, Chris, we both for comfort, not speed. Chris, you know what we can do? We could come out of retirement and we can go play like 2 or 3 rugby games.
Dude, I was so weirdly enough, before COVID hit, I was speaking to the one coach at Parks.
Oh yeah.
And I told him, look, I just want to play a few games, and then I went to go and watch. I can't remember where did I go and watch a club game, and I was like, sheesh, I think my body will break now, my dude, if somebody had to tackle me.
Yeah, no, he's big, bro. He's a big boy. I mean, I think the last time I checked, I think he's weighing 126 or something. But I mean, 126 kgs of muscle, he's a big boy.
Armand, what's his surname?
I'll tell you now. Armand.
Alright, Chad, DXY is at this key level here.
Okay, let me go to his Instagram quickly. His profile picture is wearing a bloody oversized shirt. You can't see anything.
GJ.
Armand Nal. Yeah.
Armand Nal, okay. Chad. Yeah, still markets are looking choked.
I'm sure you can guess which one is.
Shush. Shush. Yarder, my dude.
He's a big boy.
Dude, how much does he weigh? This thing's a tank, my dude.
Yeah, well, yeah, I said like 124, 126 was the last time I saw, but yeah, Etienne says he's at 128 now.
And there's no fat on this guy. It's 128.
Yeah, and the thing is, he stays quite lean because even when he steps on stage, he doesn't lean out that much, like from his normal condition.
That is filthy, my dude. That is a big guy.
Yeah, he's a big boy. But he's a lucky guy.
Jeff, Edgar, I'm not going to look at USD Turkish lira.
USD Turkey.
Turkish lira.
Who the hell wants that?
Jeff, yo, that man is naughty. I heard the other day he wants to trade Swedish krona, and then he wants he was busy trading USD ZAR. It seems Jeff wants to become the exotic specialist here in the office. Chad, one thing with the Project 5130, I do need to mention, and we don't want to make it militaristic or anything, but if you are chosen, please guys, take it seriously. Like I know a lot of guys want shortcuts, but we honestly putting in, like last night late, myself and Keegan was busy prepping questions, the questionnaire, the intake form, busy today. We're going to finalize the schedule. Everything's going to be planned. We're scheduling the content. So if you get chosen, Chad, please make sure you are locked in, because the next 30 days could be potentially life-changing for your trading. And it's completely free. You're not paying anything. There's not even another mentor out there, and I can guarantee you that's going to put this level of work into you as a trader. So please, Chad, if you get chosen, make sure you commit. We don't want to make it sound like it's militaristic, but the time for you, and I'm maybe going to lose a few people here, but the time for you fucking around needs to end, and sometimes you need that little pull in the right direction.
Like the thing is, guys, and I think Chris and myself, we spoke about it. You know what? We're okay with that, but we want guys that are going to be serious about it. So, you know what? Even if it's 5 people we take in, flip. If by the end of it there's only 2 guys left, that's fine, because we are serious. It's not a case of, oh, you made it, you're there. Like we're talking about, if you don't have the discipline, you don't have things like that, you're out. It's done. That you just threw away the chance.
Yes, because some of you have been, and apologies for the cussing, some of you have been fucking around in your trading. I have to be very honest and real with you. And some of you that commented, and there's nothing wrong saying you've been trading for 4 or 5 years and you're still making the same mistakes. It's because you're messing around. And I promise you, if you apply yourself, if you get chosen in the next 30 days, it is honestly going to elevate you to the next level.
Yeah, also just to answer Slashy, sorry bro, I know I did answer that earlier, ask it earlier. My weight right now is about 102. And yeah, Nicholas is crazy, bro. We're also very, very good friends. He was actually my coach for about 2 years. We actually became very, very close friends. So he's actually, funny enough, someone we were talking about having on the podcast.
Is that the strong guy?
Yeah, the one you were watching.
Oh.
So he actually might also be coming down to be on the podcast with us. Very, very nice guy. We work together at Heavy Nation. Yeah, absolutely love Nicholas. Very, very solid guy.
That is a tank. And he maybe doesn't look that big, but he's strong, dude. That is like that guy is stupidly strong. All right, guys, here we go. Euro USD. PMIs coming out of France, looking a little bit mixed here. Manufacturing PMI coming out a little bit hotter than expected, but the rest coming down lower. Services and then composite coming out lower as well, manufacturing coming out a little bit higher. So apologies, Chad. 8 minutes. I think the big one is going to be the German one, and then obviously the ECB. So a little bit of a mixed bag, but I think post CPR we're going to have a very good idea as to where price is going to go. GBP USD, very nice retest of this key level right here, and I'm potentially Chad, very potentially going to look if we can retest it again and we can get a break of structure here. I'm going to look for some buys. It's still very odd for me that on my daily time frame it's clearly bearish for me. But then again, this took out the previous daily low and high, so technically it's still a mess. But we're gonna go for it. We're gonna give it a shot, and actually gonna set a little alert here for us. 2717, and let's see if this can work out here. A little boss. Little bossarino there. I'm 104 now. I feel like a baby boy after shoulder up kicks. We'll know the feels. We're out for a while, you know, when to get back. No shortcuts. You put in the work, you get the results. 100% mark. I think once you start taking it seriously, and myself and Mo spoke about it as well in the week, some of you have this mindset, and me as well sometimes, where it's like, no, one day I'm going to start actually taking trading seriously, or not even trading, just your business, your education, your health, whatever, but you never get there. And that one day just remains one day, and it never becomes that day one. Alright, today is the day. I said over the weekend, I'm not trading pre-market. I'm going to stick to my rules, and whether or not I like it, you can ask Neil. Neil was a perfect example, and he will. I think Neil is coming in April as well. We'll do a little podcast as well. But you can ask him. His ego was blocking him. He was telling me, oh, nobody wants to trade this, and oh no, but he brought this in from that. And then after a while I said, Nila, you wouldn't have been here on a Zoom call with me if you knew what you were doing. And I said, please trust me in the process. I'm not trying to be a hard ass. And he submitted to that, and he can tell you now already. Yesterday we had a talk as well. He's now at that stage where it doesn't even bother him if his setup is not there. There's zero FOMO. That thing can move 400 pips. It's not even going to phase him, because he's built that mental fortitude now of waiting for his setup. And he's felt the pain of not waiting for a setup. So
who's that now?
no, I'm just talking about waiting for your setups, and that mentality of, we always sometimes say, no, one day I'm going to start taking my business serious, or my trading, and you almost like lackadaisy. And I said, you have to consciously make a decision to say, like, look, the results haven't gone my way. I need to start making a shift now. Are you going to wait for pre-market highs to break before buying gold?
I want to test pull back to go test that 20 and 25. And then from there, if we hold that, I'll start looking ready to get in. But basically Asia highs, and I'll get in.
Okay, sweet. Chad, I'm just going to go ahead and start getting my charts ready on GU.
You going long on GU?
Yeah, if we can get a break here above, I'm going to give it a squeeze. We've got a nice key level that we can manage our risk from. 6.67 lots. Alrighty. Oh yes, we're almost. Wait, what did I do now? 6. Yeah. Okay. Alright, chat, 2 minutes. Let's see if we can get that closure. What is the 30 minutes looking like? Alright, very, very interesting here. Very, very interesting. Just looking yesterday, 3 o'clock closing above there. Okay, but let's see. It's relatively straightforward. There's nothing weird or funny about this trade. If we hold this key level, the AD is bullish, the EMAs are bullish. We literally just need that break of structure there. We're going long. If we don't get it, we'll wait for our setups to play out. So beautiful mints. Checks, is it a random draw? No, we actually gonna decide. We're gonna look at your profile. Myself and Keegan's gonna sit and decide. Myself and Keeks is gonna decide, and also there's gonna be a pre-screening process. That sounds very militaristic, but again, we're doing it on our own account, and we honestly don't want to waste our own time or your time, and also the rest of the group. All right, coming out lower, Chad. PMI is not that big of a miss. Again, manufacturing is looking good in the Eurozone, but services not doing that great, and the composite, but manufacturing doing all right. So very, very interesting. There's that key level, that 1650. How far below the weekly pivot is this? 20. Oh, I can't really execute on that, if I'm very honest. Okay, there's gold. What is DXY doing? Oi, okay. This zone here, DXY, we need to monitor. Keeks, anything specifically you wanna get involved in?
At this point in time,
Only gold.
waiting for gold, and I also the yen pairs. Funny enough, actually moving without us though, but yeah, I was looking for the sells on the yen pairs, and EJ and GJ literally melting away now.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how I would have gotten involved, and I honestly wouldn't. Is this the weekly low? I think this is your weekly lows. No, I'm alright. Nila, I don't know if Nila's in the chat. Nila, the only time I'll sell a weekly or session or daily low if it's around a key level, like a weekly pivot, or a round number, like a 88 or 187. That's the only time. Otherwise, I stay out. For instance, here, not interested at all. Chad, fundamentals. We'll talk a little bit. I'm going to talk about it in this session. I just want to lock it in here with GU, because there's potential here. there's potential here to get involved. Teresa, you can post your CV if you want. Keeks, we should actually have dedicated seats for ladies. Like almost say 2 seats will go to a female.
We can do that.
Yeah, Teresa, just make sure you comment on that post, Chad.
I am a female.
Who's that?
No, man, I'm saying that go comment on the post.
No, don't comment. I am a female. Unless your name's Tony, you would need to say, I am Tony, the female. But while we're on your chat, let me just share it. Please, the entire thing about the post is we want to know why you need help. So please don't say stuff on there like, I'm already equipped and ready to kill the market. Then you're good. Don't take the seat away from somebody else. Alright, 1 minute, Chad. 1 minute. And we're going to execute here. For the guys that are new, please note that we will tell you exactly when we enter, when we exit. You're not going to be caught off guard. How do I copy the link to this thing? Oh, here's it. Alright, Chad, for those of you that have not yet seen, Project 5130 is live. Let me just pin this. Yo, I'm trying to do a lot of things here. Alright, Chad, it only had 25 seconds. Get ready. Get ready, get ready. We're going to execute on the close of this candle in 18 seconds. How far away is it from the key level? 6, 7. Okay, hold there. Hold. Okay. Okay, hold your horses. Alright, Chad, I'm in. Let me just quickly execute. GU. Alright, Chad. GU bars. That is more or less where I entered. 15 pip stop. Right there. 15 pip. We're just going for a simple 1-to-1. 15 pips. And again, if you hear something now, it's just me literally pulling my stops. Okay, let me do this real quick. Okay, there it is. 15 pips profit. Okay, the stop I quickly need to drag, and that's the last one. Alright, Chad, just a TP quick. Okay, 15 pips, beautiful. Alright, Chad, this is the setup. Again, as mentioned, technically bearish on the day for me. That's why it's very interesting. Without Asia highs, we're trading above this round number 12700. We're trading above the moving averages. We're trading above the daily pivot and the weekly pivot. So this is that key level we spoke about. Key level right there. 80 is firmly bullish. This is however session high, so we're going to be very careful what we do here. And how are we going to manage risk on this position? I will be managing risk if we start doing something like this. Create a support there, break below, then I will be out of this. The entire idea with this is a key level. We spoke about it so many times. The thing with a key level is you want price to move away from it. Otherwise, it's not really a key level. And if the bulls can't step in here and get price away from this level, it's obviously showing me that the bulls are not really interested in buying from that level or taking it away from that level. So that is the idea. Also, what I'll do is, if we do something like this, for instance, I will kill the trade immediately. If we do something like that, I will kill the trade. So we'll see. As long as we hold above this level right here, this key level, I'm more than happy to hold this trade. We can pull back, we can continue higher. If I look at the 30-minute chart, let's quickly look at the 30 closing, nicely bullish, and I would say ideally you don't want to see this 30 breaking its own low, but also trading into this level 2717. That is also a key level, so we're going to monitor this as we go into the session, but I'm more than happy to hold as long as we hold above this level, and that is the trade. All right, 40 seconds. Let's see. I'm looking for sales 2728. All right, Edgar. Let's see if we can drive it to your price. We just need to hold 2712, and I'm still happy to hold this. Feeling the adrenaline at 0.1. Has to start somewhere, the adrenaline. Is that 15 pips? Sheesh. Oh no, sorry, that's not 15. That's 10. Yeah, it's 15. Alright, Chad. Let's see what we do here at 12712. Bulls would need to step up. They'll need to step in here. Otherwise, we've got a little bit of a risk management morning here. Get my risk manager on the line for me. Where's my risk manager? Okay, what is the next 20 minutes? Eystermeis, wait, let me just see. I also have a question for what time do you determine the Asia high and low if Asia only... here's the thing, Eystermeis, this is not the specific Asia range in terms of when the Asian markets are open and closed. This is a modified Asia range, and this Asia range is from using NYSE time, 7 p.m. NYSE till 12 p.m. So this is the Asia range. This has been adopted from ICT. When I looked at his work, I saw that a lot of what he's doing is based around the Asia highs and lows. Like The Judas swing uses the Asia highs and lows, the liquidity sweeps. He mentions the Asia highs and lows, and that's when I started back testing it, not necessarily using his concepts, but I just looked at the Asia highs and lows. And if the Asia highs and lows are so important to him, I was like, surely there needs to be some value in it. And that's when I saw if price holds the Asia highs, most likely it will trade away from it. Or let's say, for instance, the Asia lows have been taken, something like this. Asia lows have been taken, and price coming back into the Asia range, very likely it will target the Asia highs. So that is, I just simplified it completely. For their entry criteria for the Judas swing, they've got this very like complete rule set. The Judas has to be 15 to 30 pips. It has to be within this kill zone. It has to then fair value gaps and a lot of stuff. And I just simplified it back to levels. And I was like, all right, a lot of times you don't get all of that. But I've seen where it holds an Asia low and it goes for Asia high, for instance. So that is when I basically back tested, forward tested, and basically figured out, or not even figured out, I just basically built my strategy around that Asia range. Chad, the unfortunate thing now with this setup is this. We have multiple retests on this level. We are potentially going to create a support here. And the unfortunate thing is this. Maybe there's not a lot of volume, but if the next candle does this, we've got the ability to kill the trade for basically reducing our risk by half. But also on the other side of it, this thing can very quickly just do that, and we don't have the chance to manage risk. So I'm just letting you know, while we hold above the level, I'm more than happy with that. But in the next, if we start ranging here for the next, I would say, what time is that release? That release is only in 46 minutes. I want to say by the time this hourly closes, if we haven't made our move, I'm just going to kill it wherever it is. -2, -1, -7. Because I wanted to start moving now away from this level and start making its way towards this 127.32. So I'm just letting you know. I like what we've done here. We've basically created a new high. We've created a nice support, and it's very easy for me. Bearish candle closures like this, I just kill the trade. Because then it shows me we're not having the ability to get away from this key level. So keep that in mind. Aister Mace, if you know somebody that can code on TradingView, let me know. That would be awesome to do something like that. Can we look at gold? We can look at gold. Oh shit, there's that breakout. I'm gonna say if you get a break above here, if you now get a little structure break here, this thing could run. Something like this. I think you could do some damage if you do something like that. How did gold move yesterday during London, Keeks? Oh yeah, it was chalked the entire London, eh?
Whole session.
Yeah, oh yeah, this was London yesterday. Literally.
Which I'm not too worried about it now.
Yeah, this was London, chalked. Alright, let's go back to GU, Chad. This is what I'm talking about, this 5. This 5 is going to be relatively crucial. What is DXY doing? Let's check DXY. Yeah. Alright, still looking relatively alright. What is Euro doing? Okay, there's that bounce of Asia highs. Let's see. Chat, I cannot do anything while we're holding above this level. So I'm just letting you guys know. The rule is if it starts ranging for more than 30 minutes, that is basically 6 5-minute candles. So if we get 3 more 5-minute candles still stuck within this range, I'm going to kill it. So we entered once this candle closed, so this is going to be the third 5-minute candle, and that's going to be 15 minutes. So basically 3 more and we kill it. So basically not here, not there, there. That is the time limit. So it's a time-based exit, purely based off price ranging. And again, it's not something that I thumb sucked. This was based off going back on all of my losses where I entered and the markets went into a range. And I saw usually after that 30 minutes, it usually breaks out to either side. Okay, let's see. We've got 45 seconds left. Alright, Chad, if this 5-minute candle in 25 seconds closes like this and not holding that 2712, I'm killing the trade. So 10 seconds left. Needs to hold above that level. As mentioned, this is relatively easy. 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, kill the Chad right there. Kill the trade. Out of it. Killed it right there. 7 pips. Not able to hold above that. We have now clearly created structure here. That is a support area, closure back below it, and this can now start rejecting there, coming back lower. Not interested, needed to hold that level. So minus 7 pips on this. I'll look for potential re-entries if we can re-break the session highs, but at this stage, no. Not a trade that I want to be sitting in. Let's see what Euro is doing. Okay. We only have ECB in 10 minutes, and the only way we can look for bars on this, a retest again of that pivot, and then the structure break here. Then that correction is done. 8.1 euros well spent. Alright, Chad, minus 7 pips, we will check it again, but yeah, that was worth a shot. 80 is bullish, like I mentioned. This is a trade I will take every single day of the week, and unfortunately didn't play out now today, and we will see what we get a little bit later. What time is 39 minutes? Yeah. quickly look at the yen pairs. DXY also at this key level, so you need to monitor that. US 30, let's quickly look at US 30 session highs. German 30 key level. UJ holding this 50 session lows. Not really something I want to be looking at right now. Alright, EJ. Yeah, here's the thing. Years ago, I would have never been able to kill a trade. I don't know, Keys. I couldn't. It was like, I was like, I'll rather take a full stop because you had that hope in you. Like, no, but maybe this is a little bit, maybe this is what I did back in the day. I would tell myself if it closes like this, I'm killing it. But then I start doing shit like this. Oh, but okay, here's a 50, there's the 6.2. Maybe it's a little bit of a liquidity sweep. Maybe there's a fair value gap in here, all of this. And it literally blocked me, and I was like, no, dude, you need to be able to manage your risk. You need to have the ability to not be fearful when you take a trade. That's the first thing. And then you need to be able to kill a trade if it's not working out. Again, my win rate is very low. I think between 50 and 60%. But you will see on all of my stats that my winners are always bigger than my losers. And that's the only reason that I can be profitable with a very low win rate. Like this year so far, I think my win rate is, let's quickly see all history. Let's see what's my win rate here. My win rate is 42%, 43%, but yet I've got a profit factor of 2.05 and a recovery factor of 2.21. Wait, am I looking correctly? Yeah, 40. So literally a 43% win rate, and this is what an equity curve looks like. No magic here or no lifestyle marketing bullshit. Just managing your risk, not being fearful. Because again, I did a reel about it where I said you're not getting onto a moving bus. And once you realize that, that's when the fear of trading goes out the window, because you know at every stage of the way you are in control of that position. Where back in the day, if I took a buy there, it's like, all right, there's the bus going. I'm just going to go sit in the back seat and wait for this thing to crash. It's either going to go my way or it's going to crash and burn. Minty, it was very hard at the start for me. Keeks uses a relatively tight stop, so I don't think he needs to. I don't think you can really manage risk, Keeks.
Yeah, the thing is, because of the tight stop losses, it's a bit different. Like when I take a trade, I'm very, very accepting of taking a full stop. but that's purely because of proper risk to reward. So I can take, for example, let's say 2 stops on a trade like that and take a full stop, but the one when I hit that banger, and that's what showed last week, it turns out to be like a 5-6 odd trade. So then I make it back my 2 loss and like 4% profit as well.
I've fought that battle hard in my head, and I was like, dude, you need to be able to cut it. Just cut it.
Even when I do run a bigger stop, then obviously you can trade manage. But yeah, like I say, when you have a small stop, it kind of takes out the trade management. But yeah, guys, if you are in USD, just check out. We are basically testing that key area very perfectly now, so just watch out for that.
All right, Chad. I might give this trade a second chance, and the way that I'll do that is if this now is a decent pullback, and if it can get above, it can retest and hold, and then break structure, I will give it one more shot. Because again, very similar to what you've seen going up here. Again, just purely market moves, moving up, correction, up, a wider consolidation, and then that next push up, correction. So if this starts rejecting here now, and we really start taking out lows, for instance, this was the last low before creating a new high, then obviously the bias is going to shift completely. Once we get back below Asia highs, back below 12700, and also back below the moving averages, then all of this was purely the liquidity sweep for the move down. And as mentioned again, the weird thing is I'm technically bearish on the day due to the fact that we did reject this key level that we took the trade from yesterday. We do have this massive potential wick fill. So again, a lot of things still pointing lower. However, the accumulation distribution is clearly showing a lot of buying pressure in the market at this stage. Okay, services PMI again coming out a little bit lower than expected. Composite coming out lower, and again manufacturing. So that has been the trend through all of the releases this morning. Manufacturing PMIs doing well. Services and composite coming out lower. Very, very interesting. Here's that setup now actually. How far are we away? 10. Yeah, still just a little bit too far away. But let's see. Chat, I'm quickly gonna run to the bathroom. We're gonna see what we do at this level. Again, as mentioned, I might give it a second chance, and all I want to see is a little retest there and a break, and we'll see where we go from there. Euro for me at this stage is just a little bit too far away from that pivot. Almost 11. Yeah, 11. What is Euro GBP doing? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stick to GU on the line chart quickly before I run to the bathroom. You can still see we are creating some type of bearish order flow. And all I ideally want to see is a little retest of this level, something like this, and I'll be very happy to give it one more shot. And that will be the last bullet for the day. If we can get something like that, I'll be very, very happy. But 2 minutes, I'll see you guys now. Let me quickly run to the bathroom.
Let's see. Yeah, Chad, like thing is gold is playing out nicely for me, but it's just a waiting game at this point in time. I know it's just going to consolidate for now, so not rush or anything. But let's see, Chad.
But now it's working again there.
Yeah, I don't know what it's doing.
Cosmic Rue, yes, it did. But again, I don't use that. I just purely use levels. And more times than not, a lot of you would say, oh, Chris, you should have just held. But there's also been times where if I had to hold there, price literally would have done this. So don't have that coulda, woulda, shoulda. And it purely comes from backtesting. Okay, DXY, I think, yeah. Okay, DXY rejecting that key level. Interesting now. Yen pairs again for me. Wouldn't say completely chalked, but a little bit chalked at this stage. GU. Alright. All I want to see now, little pullback, rejection being formed there, and then that break. And or not, we'll see. 25 minutes for the PMIs out of Britain. Okay, GU. Hey, these key levels. Keeks, is my key levels chalked? Not really. Hey. How did the hourly close? bullish. Alright, Chad, I'm going to go on a limb here. That is, if we do that, one of two things here. If we break here, if we break and close above this, I'm going to execute. But again, remember we session hours. We've had the pullback. This trade should technically have very little drawdown. Because what's going to happen is it's going to drive. If it closes, that's if it closes above here. If it closes like that and we execute, maybe a little bit of a bottom wick, and then it's going to drive. Session hours, this is where volume is going to be induced. And that's most probably going to be my last bullet for the session. So I'm just letting you guys know. And 1 minute we'll see. And then also very easy again, even if I from here get a bearish 5-minute candle close, I'll just kill it, because at that stage you want to actually see price now drive again, because here was the initial drive, we had the correction, and then you now want to see a new high being formed before it starts pulling back. So yeah. Also, I don't want like just a little nip here. I want it, yes, something like that. If it's literally here, like a little nipple, not interested. Needs to close firmly above. Okay, Chad, and that's gonna be the last throw of the dice. There goes euro as well. My goodness. Okay. Okay, no trade for me. Didn't close above. Most likely what could happen now, we've got 20 minutes to go for that news. Either going to see something like this happen now, and then the break. This is also a perfect example of, we want it. Remember, if you go back on the analysis, I said I want to buy from here. My only issue is, look at where we got the structure break. This is almost 12 pips away from the level, because the invalidation will happen at this level. And that is why a lot of times I cannot take the trade, because if I enter there, the first point where I can realize I'm on the wrong side is when price gets all the way back down here. So right idea, just didn't get our execution. I was hoping for this entire little structure to occur here. And there's gold holding that this little juncture here. How far is this away from the level 2? Yeah, I see this is also... Sheesh. I haven't seen it. I took a one-on-one GBP. Thanks for spotting the trade for me, bro. Beautiful, John. Beautiful. Etienne, that sounds intense. Yeah, from California. Good morning. Yeah, from California. Are you guys in London? It shows my time frame for London, 9:08. Why your time frame different? We in South Africa, my brother. GMT +2. I think we 1 hour. Are we 1 hour behind London Keeks? 1 or 2, eh?
2, I think it
Two,
is.
I think it's 2, yeah. Took the EU buy and break even. Beautiful, Minty. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I think Minty, you ideally, even if you pull back to here, that's also fine. Create a nice little resistance here. Or what you want to see is the break through this key level, the hold, and then that continuation. That could work out pretty nicely. All right, GU might give us that setup, that little pullback. Tokaloshi protocol. My goodness.
Oh, cheers, my brother.
Big Ed in the house, spending some time here with us. Gigs, I think as the community grows, I think we should have like a 50k club, a 100k club, 200k club in terms of funding.
Yeah.
And almost send you guys like some merch. We'll also drive you to just wanted to ask when did Mo get so jacked? Mates, just check out the website www.vaultfunder.trade. Everything's there. Alrighty, Chad. 10 pip drawdown. There she blows. I don't know what the song title is. There's this guy on YouTube called Pivot Back, and he does these little mixes. I don't know who put us onto him. It was somebody in the chat that said coffee break.
Yeah. It was somewhere in the chat. Yo. Our markets on my side just basically consolidating. Really nothing crazy happening at this point.
I think at this stage, Kicks, we might need to start trading Nifty and those type of
Make it interesting.
Bank Nifty, Nifty 50. Chris, are we breaking the copyright today? Yeah, we've been breaking the copyright since last year. We have not made $1 on any one of these streams. Yeah, that would be awesome, having like a community challenge. Easter Mesa, I have actually pitched it to Vault Markets. The only thing is the cost involved, because there's quite a bit of back end development that's required. Because remember the competition leaderboard needs to read from the MT4 accounts, if you deposit, if you withdraw. So it is something that I'm trying to push with them. I think they're just busy getting quotes for that, but yeah, that is definitely something. Those competitions do well, and as traders, as bad as it sounds, we are ego driven, so we wanna we want to see ourselves on a leaderboard or compare yourself to some other traders. Chad, this is unfortunate. The idea correct. I don't think the trade management was bad. The thing is, though, for me, again, like I mentioned, I've seen a lot of times, and you guys have seen it on stream, where we cut a trade, and literally, I think it was 2 weeks ago, the one trade we cut for 2 pips, and if you still held it, that thing literally just melted. So please don't feel FOMO. Don't feel like you need to change the way that you manage a trade. There are going to be days where you get this. There are going to be days where you enter there, it's just going to run straight to TP. For instance, like my short I took yesterday, beautiful setup, little to no drawdown. I was in and out of the trade within 15 minutes. Entered the trade, played around a little bit, and then just straight melted. So don't overcomplicate it. Don't think I could have done this, I could have done that. No, this is just part of the game. We've had trades where we had 2 pips drawdown and the thing ran. I think that first week GJ ran like 260 pips, even though we only took 20 pips, but still. Gigs, I'm thinking now for that project 5130 for the guys that finish it, getting like a nice t-shirt, like project 5130 finisher.
Oh, that would be cool.
And maybe like a little gift, maybe a mouse pad or something.
Yeah, I think that would be sick.
Chad, remember we said yesterday, after we put out the 5130, I wonder how long before somebody is going to imitate that. And believe it or not, it wasn't even 2 hours. 3 hours later.
Yeah, they literally couldn't even wait.
All right, Chad, that is minty, you beauty. Coffee's on minty this morning. At least it was a W analysis. Hope nobody tried to sell into this. At least it was a W. Sheesh. My session might be choked, my bro. Because here's the thing, Chad. Every morning, believe it or not, there's literally one shot. You technically have one shot to take, and either if you're fearful, you don't take the shot, or you're not at the desk able to take your shot. But that is literally trading in a nutshell. There's not you can't chase price. For instance, like gold. If gold starts to run away now, it becomes very difficult to try and get involved. GU for me now at this stage also, because the idea was to catch it as close as possible to this key level. So for me now to try and again, I said if we get that break, yeah, you can see this is again things that we teach you guys. I said if we get a closure above here, there's going to be little to no drawdown because it's a session high. It's going to induce a lot of volume. And I said literally if we get one bearish 5-minute candle, if we had to close above, I would have killed the trade, because I know this is usually what happens at session highs or session lows. And there you can clearly see it. If this thing closed above, your drawdown would have been 2.5 pips, and there it's already running. So again, just purely chart time experience. Drive cartel, oh baby, oh drive cartel, 39.99 Madiba Rants. Drive cartel, just forgive me that. We will psych the chat up with some mute. Minty, let me know if you want to address, withdraw those EU profits. We're gonna give Drive Cartel some coop here. Mute. Alright, baby. W analysis. And I think it's time just to... It's Wednesday, midweek. We took a 7 pip loss, right analysis, but wrong timing. It happens. Come on, baby, keep that head up. Drive Cartel, thank you for that dono. Jai Louis B, brother, we Kicks, very good comment here. We should follow DXY. If the dollar goes up or down, the market does the opposite. Jai Louis, thank you for that, brother. I didn't know that, but we'll have a look at it. Baby, we learn something new every day. DXY. Dollar goes up or down, the market does the opposite. My mind is blown. Keeks. Holy shit, dude, we should really look into that.
That was that golden nugget we've been missing.
Jay Louis, thank you for that, my brother. Actually need to pin that. Alright,
so
brother.
Everyone else can see that. Don't ever forget that, guys.
Jay Louis, thank you, brother. We're gonna have a look at that. Actually, start doing some back testing on DXY and the rest of the market. But thank you for joining, my brother. Let's get those vibes up. Oh, Chad, DXY, baby. right, Keeks. I think me and you need to do some back testing after this. That's the beauty of trading, Chad. You learn something new every single day. For instance, Louis B just dropping an absolute gem there for the lads. Absolute banger. DXY. Sheesh.
That is normally as good as the EYS indicator. It just slaps like nothing else.
No, it's good. Holy shit. So the dollar index. I always thought, why do guys look at this dollar index?
I always wondered, what is this DXY thing? I mean, you know, like, because the dollar's like DOL, and now they come with a DXY. It's like, it confused me.
At least we got a donor here this morning, Chad. 40 rands. Really appreciate it, guys. Drive Cartel, really appreciate it. I must get an actual horn for the donos, like a big ass horn. No, J. Louis B. We're just having some fun, brother. I know the dollar index. Even though I look like an amateur, I've got a little bit of experience behind me. Not that much, but enough to get me around. But again, Chad, as I mentioned, as always, myself and Keegan, not the perfect traders, not by any means of the word. We still, here's the thing. I saw the other day. Oh shit! There she goes. Alrighty. Oh my. Dang. Talk about crying inside. Did you take it? That's why. Look at this man. Look at this man coming in here. That's the only time, Keeks. That's the only time this. Look at this. Tell the chat here. What did you do?
You know what? Here's the thing. I figured I'm better trading the challenge, the final challenge, than my own account, because it doesn't run. Yeah. So I looked at it. I'm like you said last time, if it goes above thingy, yeah, it might hit the R1, and it did. So I'm stoked, man.
At least
Good looking out, Chris.
Chad, at least somebody. But here's the thing.
Just go do some backtest on that, Chris.
Jay Lee, we love you, brother. We love you, man. We just we have fun bunch of guys. So if we take the piss out of you a little bit, it's all in good spirit. But here's my thing with Mo. The only time this man comes into the office during the stream is when he's like, "Hey, what are you guys trading?"
What did you take?
And it's like, bro, you obviously TP, you son of a gun. No, but that's beautiful, Chad. This is a testimony, Mo, and this is why I say 30 days with us could change your life. Mo, we started intensely working with Mo 3 months ago, and I can promise you now already, Mo is a better trader than 90% of the guys out there that's been trading for 5 years plus, and he's going on his 4th month. And it's not to blow smoke up our own arse, it's just to show you that if you put in the work, if you apply your mind, and the beauty with Mo is his mind wasn't polluted with all of the other stuff. He literally, I showed him a strategy. Mo, there's no subjectivity to the strategy. Let's be honest. There's no guesswork really.
I saw this now. I opened the shot so I've been listening to the stream. I opened it and I could see exactly what it was doing.
Yeah.
Immediately. It is that clear.
And that's why I say, Chad, we've proved it over and over again. Phase 1, 2, phase 3, phase 1 again, phase 2. A simple strategy, uncomplicated, literally just chipping away every single day. So again, I hope you didn't. Where's that brother? Jay Louis, please let me know if you're still in the chat, my brother. I want to actually send you a Vault Funded Challenge account for dropping that gem. Jay Louis B, if you're still there, brother, just let me know. Please go and register a profile on vaultfunded.trade. Send me your email address. I'm going to send you a $5,000 Vault Funded Challenge for just being a good sport. And I know your intentions were pure. So even though we had a little bit of fun with it, I want to send... Yeah, Jay Louis, please send me... please go and register. Just create a profile. You don't have to buy anything. Just go onto Vault Funder. You're a good sport, man, and I enjoy that. We had our fun, and again, like I said, it's all in good spirit. I know your intentions were pure with looking at the DXY. So if you go onto this page, just go at create one. Please create a profile, and then just take a screenshot of your YouTube profile. Just so I can know it's you. Otherwise, a lot of random oaks are going to be like, "Hey, it's Jay Louis." Just take a screenshot of your YouTube profile and send me the email address you used. So yeah. But love you, brother. Like I said, Chad. Here's the thing: we're naughty, but we're nice as well. And at the end of the day, life is way too serious to not enjoy it. Minty, bro, definitely coffees on Minty. Come on, Minty, give us a little bit of an update. Where's Minty? That man literally took the trade and he ducked. Didn't even say goodbye. Eastermays bonds. I haven't really looked at bonds as of late because there was a massive breakdown in correlations with the yield curve inversion and all of that. So if you want to see the correlation, go to your gold chart and put on your 2-year bonds. Compare your, I can't even remember what is the bond market. 2-year bond market. Let's quickly see 2-year bonds. I only usually looked at the 10 and the 30-year bond yields and rates. What is bonds? So it's US 10-year. This is the 10-year yield, and then the 30-year yield. But yeah, I don't. Thing is, we're already looking at so many things to try and now focus on the bond market as well. It's not conducive. Chris, did you see Oanda started their own prop firm? The weird thing is some people said it's not legit. They didn't start it. Some people saying it is Oanda. I'm not sure. Keeks, any news on MFF, my dude?
No, I've been looking everywhere. They haven't put anything out yet. Nothing
yeah, that's
yet.
weird.
They have to be going to court this week or sometime soon because the extension date we were talking about was actually the 22nd. So they have to be going in soon. Unless they are in court now and they're only going to give the result when it's finished now. But I can't find anything anywhere on updates on it.
Keeks, do you think I'm crying a little bit inside looking at you?
It's fine, Chris. They don't have to see you cry.
Chad, this is the brutal side of trading. We were literally a couple of minutes ago, we were in here just following our rules, going according to our day, and And again, it's not like our stop loss. We manage our trades. That's unfortunately where the edge lies. And then to see it 15 minutes later, you do cry a little bit inside, and that's fine. That is completely fine. I'm still waiting refund from MYFF. Oh, my Forex funds. Bulladonia, you're a game changer. I'm gonna buy a challenge from Vault next month. Devs, amazing, brother. I could have dropped that gem months. Michael, the thing is though, the beauty of what Jay Lewis said is like he came in here and maybe thought we are new traders that don't really know what's going on. And I think, like I said, the intention was pure, even though we had a little bit of a play with it. Yeah, and I just also feel a little bit bad for what I did. I'm not a bad guy like that, but Jay Louis did open himself up to that little storm there, and he weathered the storm. So
you took it on the chin like a champ.
No, he took it like a champ, and
then start throwing the toys out the cart.
Here's the thing: a lot of other guys would have commented, and oh, you guys are a bunch of idiots, this and that. He rolled with it, and that's good. I can respect that. I can honestly respect that. 10-year to correlate with gold. I think, like Chad, like I mentioned, there was a time when I was checking the bond market as well. But if I'm going to start basing my decision on DXY, yen futures, 10-year bonds, 30-year bonds, the more layers you add, by the time you've checked everything, the trade is gone. So believe me when I say, again, I'm not going to say I'm a fundamental specialist, but I know my way around fundamentals. And again, Keegan also mentioned it at the start of the week. The fundamentals is the why, and the technicals is the when. So you don't have to be engaged with every single little fundamental thing happening. You just need to have the backdrop. What is happening? What is the current theme of the markets? What is moving the markets? If you go back to post C19, what was the theme? Inflation. How do we manage inflation? Higher interest rates need to slow down the economy. Then we went into that period of, okay, who's going to be the most aggressive central banks with hiking rates? The Fed took the lead of all the other major central banks. ECB was late to the party, so there was that divergence. All right, now we get to the stage where all of the central banks are getting very close to their inflation goal. For the Fed, it's 2%. They already pivoted. The pivot already happened, Chad. Once they said, look, we're pausing rates, we're looking to start cutting rates, that is a pivot. Not the first cut, that is a pivot from their current monetary stance. Their stance was higher rates for longer, then they kept rates the same, and then the dot plot showed 4 cuts this year. So again, yesterday when we looked at the Fed futures, when we started the year, markets were pricing in a 1% basis point cut. It's already up to 1.5%, started off with 3 rate cuts, already sitting at 4 rate cuts for the year. So that is the theme going into this year. Who's going to be the most aggressive with cutting rates? Last week, was it last week or the week before that, Keeks, when that GU data came out so strong, and I think what's the guy from Bank of England said they could keep rates higher for longer. Governor Bailey. So that's where you start. You need to monitor now the rate differentials between the various central banks and what is their forward guidance. Again, you don't learn this through a textbook. This is going through certain market cycles. Then again, if you look at the Fed, I also told Keeks it's very weird to me that all of a sudden, even though the data, the dot plot showed that just before a presidential election in the US, do they all of a sudden want to start cutting rates? Markets are at all-time highs, literally. And you want to start cutting rates. That is the most insane thing for me. That your market is at an all-time high and you want to cut rates. It makes 0 sense. It makes absolutely 0 sense. So that is my thing. And all of this you'll learn with certain market cycles. And most probably what's going to happen is the next cycle we're going to go into, inflation we could be in a disinflationary market where they can't get inflation to come up. And how do you do that? Now all of a sudden you need to start putting in stimulus into the market. So that is when the Fed's balance sheet is going to grow again, because they're trying to stimulate the markets, they're trying to stimulate economic activity. And so stick around for the guys that are going to be selected for the 5-130. You're going to get a little bit of a deep dive into fundamentals as well. But again, it's not rocket science. Fundamentals are actually relatively easy. It's just creating that narrative and understanding how the various parts of an economy affects the other. But we will dive into that more as we go into the year. So please don't break your head around the fundamental side. I know some of you think you need to know exactly what's happening all across the globe. It takes actually very little time in a week to understand where the macroeconomic outlook is for and where it's going. Let's see, where do you think, sorry Jex, I almost missed that one. GU long term, if we go on the monthly, let's quickly look at the monthly. So if you look at the monthly here, last month closing bullish, we've got this monthly resistance here. And I think if we can start getting above 2839, that's going to open up quite a massive monthly range to head to 1330. Then if you look at it from a weekly perspective, we've mentioned that the weekly is in a very tough spot. Why do I say that? This is the weekly 200 EMA. So this is quite a big level. You can clearly see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is our 7th week where we are trading at this level. So if this weekly can close anywhere like it's closing now, we've got quite a nice range all the way up to this 2836, and then potentially this weekly high up here. So that is why the start of the last couple of weeks in December and the start of Jan is a little bit choppy as the market finds its feet. So in terms of the daily, where can we go? Obviously, I mentioned to you 1202. That is the range that we are in. So I think in the short term, today still, you can reach that. And if we close above that level on the daily, we've got quite a bit of ranges to target. After that, the first one would be 2950, and after that 13141. So there's some ranges to fill, but yeah, hope that makes sense. J. Louis Bula should have played. Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. See you guys on NYSC. Thanks, Daniel. I'll check you a little bit later. Chris, where do you want to send me a screenshot of my mail? Instagram, J. Louis. Just check the Instagram link in the description. Chris _marketbull. Please send it to me there, brother. I'll get you sorted. I'm done for now. See you guys with open. Cheers, mate. Thanks, Aston, mate. See you later. Learned. Okay. Yeah, Vince, I recently learned from Jan that if you spam the chat, the bull eventually gives in. Okay, shit. Etty, trust me, I'm sure they all, yeah, bro. Check the James Rollier dropped off Lesbidonia. Olesibadonia.
Lesbo.
I almost thought, who the hell is lesbian donia, whatever. Okay. Cheers, James. Off for lunch now. Cheers, Drive Cotel. Shot for the Dino Brother. Maestro still knocks. It's just a lax song. Big Bruce Buff also features. Etienne, let me first check the song afterwards, and maybe Keeks plays it during NYSE. Keeks, make a note of that. Maestro still knocks.
Okay.
Why do you think DXY dumped like this, chasing yesterday's low for King Shaq? The weird thing is, like I mentioned, the weird thing is I'm technically bullish on the day. That is the weird thing. I'm technically bullish on the day with this breakout. I know what it's still saying, but technically for me that is a breakout. But again, I mentioned this 200, so we still have this open gap here. And I think myself and Keegan, was it on Monday we expected this pullback, Keeks? Monday, yeah.
Yeah.
Myself and Keegan still chatted on Monday. We said potentially the dollar can start making its way back to this key level here. So I can tell you one thing: if the dollar closes like this today, the rest of the week is straightforward. Thursday, Friday, dollar's going to come for this level here.
Remember, guys, I said to you yesterday we had that level to test. We've tested it now, so dollar can melt off now.
Yeah, so what is the reason for it? We are still technically long-term bearish on the dollar. If you go on a weekly perspective, we are still technically bearish. We mentioned this level here, and the ICT guys would have that as a fair value gap and some liquidity here, this and that. We're just looking at purely, you can just pull a fib there, that is the 50% retrace. So we can still pull back, and also the Fed is looking to cut rates. ECB hasn't signaled any rate cuts as of yet. Bank of England hasn't signaled any rate cuts as of yet. So there's still that odd outside chance that we're just going to get that one last pullback before those rate cuts start to be implemented. So again, you don't always have to have a reason behind why something has happened like this. Obviously, we had some good data coming out of Britain, and data relatively mixed out of the Eurozone. But remember, we also have composite PMIs coming out a little bit later. So if there's a massive surprise to the upside, most probably all of this will be reversed before the end of the day. So it's going to be a very, very interesting day, to say the least. Keek sitting last night looking at the daily, the title of the stream.
Yeah.
Do you see what the title of the stream is?
No.
Because last night when I scheduled the stream at 11, let's quickly go back to last night, 11 o'clock. The dollar creeped back to this level here. But if you look at the daily at that stage, that was just before the daily close. So this is how the daily closed. And I already looked at this and I was like, sheesh, there's that breakout. The closure above 103. And that's why I said dollar bulls are back. Keeks, you should check your stream. What's the name of your stream? Go check your stream. I had some fun wordplay there.
Oh my word. Chad.
I really like that.
Oh my word.
What did I make it?
Pip the tip.
Pip the tip. All right, Chad. Again, as mentioned, apologies. I couldn't have managed this any differently. We entered here I wanted this level to hold. I actually thought that we're going to get this move here, pull back a little bit deeper. I killed it as soon as we closed back below here. And then I told you guys I'm looking for the re-entry, so maybe you catch some gems here. I was looking for that re-entry, and again I said this is relatively easy. It should just run, and it did exactly that. This thing is already up, flip me, almost 50 pips. And again, don't feel distraught. If you stayed in a trade, great. I wouldn't have stayed in, because my rules clearly state if a level is not holding and we start shifting, I'm out of it. I just wished we had this candle breaking above there, because I would have been in. Looking at euro as well, I mentioned the only thing here was that the break of structure occurred here. It was almost 12 pips away from the key level, and if you look at it, my big thing is you want to get it as close to a key level as possible, because it gives you some room to manage your risk. I wouldn't have taken this. This is just way too far. Maybe if it was here, how many pips? Yeah, 7-8 pips. That's manageable. And again, you only really get one shot a day to grab your trade, and this was my one that I wanted to go for today. I took the -7 pip. Analysis played out beautifully. Some of you caught it. I'm not in it. Yen pairs. I was weirdly enough looking at the daily. I mentioned to you guys, I'm neutral. I'm bullish on UJ, weirdly enough. This for me is a relatively clean setup. However, the 80 is just so firmly bearish. We are trading below Asia lows. We're trading very close to the weekly pivot, and maybe, just maybe, later today we get that break above 148 and above 148.32, and this thing comes all the way back to the upside. So I'm going to monitor this. I'm still bullish on the day. How can I flip bearish on the day with this is if we start breaking yesterday's low, because then what you're going to Larry Williams calls this trade the smash trade, where you've got this big wick and it's bullish, and price then, he actually has a sell stop there. This is a Larry Williams trade, because from his back testing, a lot of volume is going to be induced there. So for those guys, that book is in the Discord. Go read it. Very good read. And gold, as mentioned, very, very tricky. Gold has been tricky in London as of late. It has not been moving cleanly.
Yeah, that's what I won't even trade in London, basically.
It is a mess during London. As mentioned, Chad, big level. This level right here, that entire block. Keep your eye on that. That's going to be the big one. A little bit later for DXY, we might be able to look at this daily R1 as a support level. But obviously the session high has been made. What you'll see now going to the next 2-3 hours is that we'll start making its pullback. And the beauty of this is we will then retarget the daily highs. That is the idea, that once New York comes online. But the thing that's going to make it very interesting is what's the differential between the global composite PMIs in the US and the global composite PMIs from out of Britain. So that is the big thing. So still dollar needs to show its hand, and also Euro USD, we can look at some potential buys here a little bit later, and some buys here where we are currently, but session highs have been created. And yeah, Keegs, any closing remarks for you going bowing out here for the session? Let me just go to Keegan's screen.
Yeah,
right.
I think, guys, like, just honestly remember, focus on the plan. Remember what the plan is. Don't have FOMO. I think we always talk about it, and I know it does sound a lot easier than it is, but if it wasn't part of your plan, there's no reason to have FOMO about it, because that was never the plan. So just stick to your goals, stick to your strategy, and just be patient. Remember, guys, we all want that 1 minute glory, but the markets aren't going anywhere. If you miss something today, you can always try again tomorrow.
Geeks, thanks so much, Chad. Etienne, we would love to do a meetup. That's what we discussed. I don't know where most of you guys are based, but the idea would be to maybe do like a garden route tour, a meetup with everybody. So go through George, go through to Cape Town, then come back, then maybe do a tour. I don't know if we've got any East London. East London, let me know if you're representing here today. Maybe do East London, maybe do Umtata, go all the way down to Joburg, Pretoria. Let me know where most of you guys are. We definitely wanna do like a meetup with the community. That's gonna be amazing. We've got some big plans, and I don't want to share too much, but I'm talking big gigs, huh? I don't think the chat is ready. Big plans. Yeah, Chad, stick around. It has been an absolute journey so far. More has to be done, and slummies, yeah, East London. And then, yeah, Chad, we're going to see you at 4 o'clock. I might just land this plane here real quick because it's been long overdue. And, yeah, I think I'm just going to land this plane. Good afternoon, Chad. This is your captain speaking, Chris Dixon, with my co-pilot, Keegan van Dijk. We're just about to land back in sunny Port Elizabeth. Clouds are relatively overcast, no wind. It's a beautiful day out, and unfortunately today we got a bit on the wrong side. That landing was a little bit rough, but at least we got the plane down and safely back on the ground. As they say, any landing you walk away from is a good landing. My pilot here, Keegan van Dijk, will later this afternoon take off from sunny Port Elizabeth back on his way to New York City as he opens up the New York market, and he will be ringing the bell on the NYSE floor this afternoon, expecting some relative volatility. And Keegs, I think as you mentioned, pre-flight check mentioned that seatbelts should be fastened lightly throughout the flight later this afternoon, with those global manufacturing PMIs coming in relatively hot. But Chad, with that being said, I think it was a W analysis day, and ultimately it was just great having all of you here, and from myself and from the flight crew and the opening bell. We just want to thank our carrier Vault Markets and Vault Funder for being the proud partner of the opening bell, and we will see you guys this afternoon. Peace and love, and send our regards to your family. Trade safe, keep it north, keep it clean, keep it lean, and we will see you guys at 4. Peace and love.
Where's your head at with this? Move close to him. Don't walk from now without you, babe. My plans to leave are changing. Feel instead. Don't walk from now without you, babe. Don't walk from now without you.